Have you ever looked at someone else's life and thought, why does everything seem to work out for them, but not for me? We often mistake comfort for blessing and struggle for punishment, when in truth, both can be divine messages. Tonight, let me tell you a story. Not just any story, but one that reveals the difference between waiting for miracles and becoming one. This is the story of a lazy man, a crippled wolf, and a lion that understood God's plan better than most humans ever will. Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by golden fields and whispering trees, lived a man who despised hard work. He spent his days lying under the shade, dreaming of an easy life. While others plowed the land and earned their bread, he searched for shortcuts, for luck, for a miracle. One morning, his stomach growled louder than his thoughts. He wandered into the countryside, hoping to stumble upon free food. There, he found an apple tree heavy with ripe fruit. His eyes lit up. Finally, he whispered, a gift from heaven. But just as he reached out to steal an apple, a farmer shouted, "Hey, what do you think you're doing?" The lazy man's heart raced. He dropped the apple and ran as fast as he could, darting into a nearby forest, lungs burning with fear. Deep inside the forest, silence replaced his panic. Birds sang softly, and beams of sunlight pierced through the leaves. As he caught his breath, something strange caught his eye. An old wolf crawling on the ground. The wolf had only 2 legs. It was thin, scarred, and weak. The man stared in disbelief. How is this creature still alive? He thought. It can't hunt. It can't fight, yet it lives. Moments later, he heard rustling, heavy footsteps. A lion emerged from the trees, its golden mane glowing in the light. The lazy man froze, climbing a nearby tree to save himself. But what he saw next left him speechless. The lion carried a piece of meat in its mouth, walked toward the crippled wolf, and gently placed the meat in front of it. Then, without taking a bite itself, the lion turned and disappeared into the forest. The man's heart swelled. This must be God's work, he said to himself. Even a crippled wolf is fed by divine mercy. Surely God has a plan for me too. I just need to wait. Feeling inspired, the man found a shady tree nearby, sat down, and decided to test his new faith. Hours passed. The sun sank. The stars appeared. He waited through the night, and the next day, and another after that. But no one came. No lion, no miracle. Only hunger, thirst, and despair. By the end of the second day, he could barely stand. Weak and broken, he stumbled out of the forest. That's when he met an old sage, a man whose calm presence felt like sunlight after a storm. The lazy man fell to his knees and said, "Oh, wise one, I saw God's mercy. A lion fed a crippled wolf, but when I waited for his mercy, no one came. Why didn't God help me?" The sage smiled gently and said, "My son, you saw the truth but understood it wrongly. God does have a plan for everyone, but you weren't meant to be the wolf. You were meant to be the lion." The man looked confused. The sage continued, "God showed you 2 paths, the path of giving and the path of waiting. The wolf survived because someone else acted, but the lion lived with purpose, strength, and compassion. You were never meant to sit under trees waiting for food. You were meant to rise, to work, to help, to feed others, not to beg for blessings, but to become one." The sage's words pierced the man's heart. For the first time, he understood life isn't about waiting for miracles to find us. It's about becoming someone else's miracle. Many of us are like that lazy man. We see someone else's success or comfort and assume God has forgotten us. But the truth is, sometimes God's plan isn't to make things easy. It's to make us stronger. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to reflect and remember, every struggle has meaning. God has a plan for everyone, including you. This is Motivated Soul, where stories awaken the fire within. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspirational stories that move your spirit and transform your mind. Because sometimes all you need is one story to change everything.